This is Feature Minor. So there's been reports of these mysterious spherical stones that have been discovered in Costa Rica and also in places like Bosnia and New Zealand. And so the archaeologists aren't sure where these stones actually originated. They don't really know how they made them and who made them. So it's really a big mystery. When the workers first discovered these stones around the 1930s, they started breaking some of them open, and they actually found gold in the center of some of these stones. So they started breaking more of these stones open until the authorities had to step in and stop them from breaking these stones open so they could preserve them. And so now you can find some of these stones in museums around Costa Rica and other places being preserved. So these stones range in sizes from very small, maybe a few centimeters, all the way up to 6 feet. Also, there's been reported, some of these stones have been reported to be around 8 feet. So these stones are very mysterious, and there's been a lot of myths now surfacing as far as what these stones might have been. People have suggested that maybe they came from Atlantis. Others suggest they could be some type of representations of the sun and the moon and other celestial objects. And people have even suggested that they could be evidence of the giants, because some of these stones were found in mounds, but they also say that there was also giant bones found in these mounds as well. So really, who buried these stones? Were they being buried to conceal them from the general public? Perhaps. And who would have buried them? Maybe when they were discovered, whoever discovered them knew they couldn't really move them too far, so maybe they just decided to bury them. But where did they get the dirt from? It sounds almost like maybe the giants could have buried them as well. So they could have been burying their own and their lost ones in these mounds. So some of these mounds look like natural formations like hills and stuff, but it turns out that some of these hills are actually mounds, and really who were the mound builders is another mystery. So the fact that they're finding these spherical stones mixed in with these giant bones reportedly, that kind of puts two and two together, that this could be a big cover up from people discovering the true history of Earth. Maybe there were some very strange things going on in the past. So experts have agreed that these stones have to be thousands of years old. They think they probably were made somewhere around the year 600, but they really have no clue, and they really have no way to date these stones. One thing for sure, they don't really seem to be natural formations, and the experts really haven't even entertained the idea of these stones being natural formations. They really think they were made, but the perfection of these stones is what is baffling these experts, because they're perfectly spherical in shape. So they don't really know how they pulled that off in making such a perfect spherical shape in shaping these stones. So there's been rumors that these stones could have been made by the giants to be used as cannonballs or some type of weapon or something like that. And so for the experts to know that these stones were crafted shows me that how could they not figure out that this earth has been intelligently designed? Because in their model, they believe that the earth is a globe, a perfectly spherical shape. When you see the pictures that they show us, and when the scientist community shows us pictures and images of planets, they see that these planets are said to be spherical shapes. So in their own model, they have all of these perfectly spherical physical objects. And it's one thing to say, oh, well, a water droplet could be spherical shape, but is it a perfect spherical shape? So really, it seems like it's common sense, even in their model, to believe in intelligent design, because spherical shapes don't seem to be something that would be a natural formation. It seems like when it comes to spherical shapes, especially perfectly spherical shapes, it would just seem logical to assume that there is an intelligent design behind that spherical shape. So, even though I don't agree with their heliocentric solar system model, there does seem to be some type of celestial objects in the sky, and I don't believe they're physical objects, but they seem to be circular in shape. And so really, when you see these images of spherical shapes in the sky, even with your own eyes, and with the moon and with the sun and things like that, you would have to assume right away that most likely that is an intelligent design that would have had to make that spherical shape, because there just doesn't seem to be any evidence of anything being that perfectly shaped as a sphere in nature, as a natural formation. So anyways, let me know your thoughts about what do you think these spherical stones are. What do you think they actually were used for, or where they came from? Do you think they're proof of the giants, or what? Anyways, I'm also going to leave a link to my giant playlist where you can find much more information related to this topic. I'm also going to leave links to my other channels, my social media, my Feed Your Mind store, my free email newsletters, and much more. If you would like to support this channel, please donate as little as $1 to help keep this channel online. Thanks for tuning in. Please like, comment, share, and subscribe. This has been Feed Your Mind signing off.